Last time on the Incorrigible Party. The longer Rumpke resides within the Elder Tree, the longer he's left with his own battling memories of his two lives. Noticing the sap beginning to harden, Hellcruck and Opal hastily pull Rumpke out of the tree before he's trapped, and place the Breadbettle's body back inside. Meanwhile, Kylia's date may have gone a little too well, making a very good impression on Henrik, and gaining some information on what the Veritas are really doing in Stormcape. Speaking of severed heads, Opal, have you gone to bed? Because remember you have the Breadbettle's axe here. Do you want to do anything with that before you do so?
Before I go to bed, if they go to get Scuttle, I can use Identify and I'll ritual cast that. Spend some time getting to know the axe.
You going on a date with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hates Forsworn Clan too. That's weird. Okay. Could you read me the Identify spell, please?
If I must.
You must.
I choose an object I must touch throughout the casting of the spell. I mean, I could use a spell slot too, doesn't matter. If it's a magic item or some other magic-imbued object, I learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. I learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what those spells are, and if the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. It doesn't say the school of magic, but it says the properties and how to use them and the charges.
Right. I think you get the particular school via detect magic. So that is also something you could do, I believe. Can you ritual cast them both?
I have both, actually, yeah.
So yeah, you can absolutely do both. So this is a magical item. Your detect magic gives you it's brittling with transmutation magic. And you find via the identification that the axe, it does not need to be attuned to. However, you do need a strength score of at least 22 to be able to wield it. And it does have a beheading quality to it. If you're able to wield this axe, you can use an attack called Beheading Strike. This is something that you all witnessed happen to Hellcruck. It is a melee attack. Recharges on a 5 to 6, but basically it does 6d10 plus 7 slashing damage, and the target must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the Breadbettle cuts off the target's head, which lands at the target's feet. A creature beheaded in this way remains alive unless reduced to 0 hit points. So because of Hellcruck's orcish relentless endurance, he survived because he went to 1 instead of 0. Otherwise, he would have been outright killed via the beheading. So if they're not reduced to 0, they survive, but they're blinded and deafened and can't speak. A creature can use an action to place a beheaded creature's head back onto the neck, which we saw Rumpke and Opal do, reattaching the head and ending the effect. A beheaded creature dies if they are separated from their head for more than 24 hours. So luckily, the Breadbettle didn't get away with Hellcruck's head for longer than a 24-hour period. Now, it is very clear to you, Opal, that this is clearly different effect than the Zealots harvesting the heads themselves, as you found that they wield daggers that basically cast a gentle repose spell. If they behead something, they can preserve this spell. Obviously, that is very different than the quality that this axe has. If you were beheaded by a zealot, there is no putting your head back on. But via this beheading quality imbued from the axe, that from this source, a beheading from this source, is the only way that a decapitated creature, assuming they did not drop to 0, could be revived essentially, or have their head placed back on.
Was it luck that it was Hellcruck's head, or did you plan that?
I remember they were the two closest to the Breadbettle, and I had them each roll off to see which one the Breadbettle attacked.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Very lucky, Hellcruck.
I would say more lucky Kylia or Opal.
Rumpke.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Very, very interesting. Okay, so I will relay the information when they get back, or like tell Rumpke if he's around. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to use that. My strength is 10, so.
Well, none of us are.
It'd be like wielding an axe that's twice your height or something.
Yeah, this thing is like 10 feet long. Right?
It'd
Like,
be
it's,
massive.
It's enormous.
Oh, yeah.
But if you had a strength of 22, you could do it.
Yep, you could, and you could take advantage of this beheading thing. Now, clearly, this beheading quality is like a separate thing to the bread beetle being able to adopt a guise, right? It's clearly not the axe that allows the bread beetle to put on a severed head, which is why the zealots can harvest heads on behalf of the bread beetle as well for him to use. Right now, obviously, with the information of how this axe functions, that is very clear. Okay, so yeah, you can relay that information to Rumpke, to Kylia, and Helkrok when they return with Scuttle. You know, Rumpke and Opal, you see the condition of Scuttle currently as he's belled up, placed in its little burrow on the couch. It's like approaching midnight now. I assume it's long rest time.
Yeah. Halkrok's going to bed down for the night, get some rest.
Do we get a long rest?
You do get a long rest.
Not interrupted by a demonoid creature.
It is not interrupted. Come morning, Mr. Rumpke, you must make me a withdrawal check. Now, because of your exposure and you've been clearly feeling a decrease and a slide off in the severity of your withdrawal symptoms, your time in the tree, while not completely getting you out of the woods, has pushed you past the precipice, the deadliness of your symptoms. So this is now technically into day 6 of you experiencing withdrawals here, where you would have to make me another D100 to with a chance of dying, with that 1% chance of dying. Now, because of the healing properties of the sap, we are now going to treat this as if you are into day 8 of your withdrawals. So here you can still make me a Constitution saving throw, please. I will tell you, your DC still is 17, but if you succeed in this save, it will end all of the effects from your previous failed saves.
All right, con save -3, right?
Come on.
It's a 19 -3.
One away.
no.
One away.
Now, so it is a new day. You do have the favor of Clangadin, which is essentially you can expend it every day to give yourself advantage on a D20 roll.
Oh man. Well, this seems like the right time.
Go for it.
So
You
let's
rolled an
try.
11, so
Yeah, it was close. Here we go.
you just need... Oh, no! Oh, no! No!
That'd be a 9.
Okay, so 16 it is. All right, so again, your symptoms are lessening. So you while you were sleeping, while you may have had dreams pertaining to your duality of existence here that you're experiencing, you didn't experience any hallucinations like you have before. Like nothing as vivid as you feeling like you were there in whatever scene you're remembering or witnessing here. So those apparently have seem to have stopped, or at least subsided for now. And like I say, you don't feel sick to your stomach anymore. Your fever that you were experiencing yesterday morning completely gone. Just like minor kind of aches, like a dull throbbing in the back of your skull. It's all clearly starting to subside. You're now on the come down of experiencing this withdrawal. You still have disadvantage on wisdom, ability checks, and saving throws. You still believe that every hallucination you've experienced is real and is something that happened to you, although that's become very clear now, even in that aftermath. So those negative effects now you're experiencing, I mean, they're unfortunately still there. Just missed it by 1, but you're feeling much better. Now, as far as we haven't really discussed, once you're past this kind of like 7 to 10 day experience, clearly you're moving closer to 10 days experiencing these symptoms. What that means after you're no longer symptomatic, as far as your addiction goes, because it's not like you snap your fingers and you're no longer addicted, right? There's still, we'll have to We'll have to work out mechanically how you want to handle that, perhaps, whether that's advantage on persuasion checks versus your own deception. Should you be exposed to stupor in some way, we can work that out when the moment arises. But it is very clear that the time in the tree helps you enormously.
All right. Well, good. We're getting there. Can I get some rest and regain exhaustion every?
Unfortunately, no, because that's part of your failed saves.
Okay.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, you're not getting rid of levels of exhaustion yet, but you're not gaining them because you are able to sleep. You're no longer insomniac. You got for like the first time in like 6 days, you've got a very pleasant, nice rest here. So you're feeling much, much better. The rest of you kind of wake up as normal, and as you kind of filter out again into these common spaces, you see that Scuttle, his fur has completely molted off in the night now, and like leaving like bright pink, fresh skin underneath. He looks like he's continued to swell. The little rope around his arm now is like on the pressure under, almost snapping under the pressure of his increased size despite not consuming anything more. His flesh looks droopy. It's like almost like hanging on, like it's very loose and hanging off of him as if it's been like continuously pulled and stretched and is awaiting to be filled. He still is unconscious.
Waiting to be filled? What the frick does that mean?
Oh, look at him. What's going on? He looks real bad. It's terrible.
Maybe we just, and Kylia will run upstairs and come down with a sheet. Just cover him up a little bit. And I'll take this off.
Are you sure we don't want to just put him back in the tree? Let him live his life, you know?
We think we need to just not touch.
He's not supposed to be domesticated. That's why he's shedding. He needs to go back to the wild.
You could take him.
No, thank you.
You're just gonna tuck him right in there. And we'll take the bell off of him.
Okay. As you drape the sheet over him, it's like, so draping over, completely covering him, and it's like putting something over a puddle. It like the surface of the sheet dampens as if he's like slick with something.
Yeah, we're not touching him.
That couch is definitely ruined.
Yeah, we're gonna need a new couch.
You try explaining this to Zelmo.
Okay.
Also, guys, this axe is pretty powerful, but like I don't think any of us can use it. It's pretty freaking big too. Like, should we hide it somewhere? I'm like worried someone's gonna be looking for it.
Yeah, why don't we pull up some floorboards here and maybe hide the axe under that for a while? Yeah, come in handy. It's massive. I'd pick it up and swing it a few times.
You're the strongest one, but I mean it's massive.
I mean, it's still pretty heavy. I mean, it's enough for the week.
Yeah, you'd need some stilts to be using that.
I think we go down and find one of the room where we kept Benito.
I was gonna say the basement or a closet we can lock or something.
Well, the only rooms outside of the common spaces are the bedrooms. So if you want to hide it in one of your bedrooms, for sure. I think any of the little hidey holes that Opal created, not quite large enough for the axe to hide it, unfortunately. But yeah, if you want to get to work and spend the day, like, again, similar to what Opal did, she's very proficient at it, clearly, to make a large enough space underneath the floor somewhere, stow this thing away, absolutely you can do that.
It's not a bad idea to have some hidey holes in the house.
Yeah.
We're going to be.
I think hiding it under the floor is the way to go. Since we do not want to be caught with this.
Did I give the translated copy of the book to the guard guy? I did, didn't I?
You gave the original, and you have the translated copy.
I have the copy.
Yeah.
I would like to, between trying to hide this axe, I would also just review that book to see if anything else made more sense or stood out to me.
So that's what the party wants to spend this day then? No working at Lee Hands or nothing else. Kylie, are you planning to meet with Henrik tonight as well, or what are you thinking? Yet to be determined?
Yet to be determined.
Gotta leave him wanting more, you know.
He's pretty into her. If she doesn't show up, it might be... Thought the date went bad, he might... Who knows what he'll do.
Are we waiting for me to decide now?
You certainly don't need to
Emily.exe
decide.
has stopped working.
You certainly don't need to decide now.
M.exe.
Just trying to get an idea of how the day is going to play out here. So,
I would think is we're going to try and create some hidey holes, some more bigger hidey holes. She probably, convinced Opal to go walk by where Henrik is just to talk to him again, maybe, and feel things out and then decide.
Say you're busy because you told him you had stuff going on, but tell him you're busy tonight if you don't want to.
Yeah. I don't know.
all right, we can deal with that later today. So, Opal, you're reviewing the Zealot of the Bread Battle. I would say, I don't know how much would stick out to you. I think you're putting together a lot of what's in there now. You have more context for what's in there, right? Obviously, the ritual of the preservative nature and the ritual of the paralytic nature related to the daggers that you've seen the Zealots wield. Now knowing that they're capable of harvesting and preserving heads for the bread battle in a different way. In really what clearly strikes you as potentially like a more violent and a more final way than the bread battle, right? Presumably the bread battle could take a head, use it, and then return it to the creature, assuming it didn't die from the beheading, in under 24 hours, and then the creature would continue to living with its head placed back upon its shoulders. Now, you certainly haven't heard of that happening to any of the Flopper victims within Stormcape, to be clear. I think the only other thing that maybe strike out to you is like the ritual of cordontree. In the additional chambers next to the Elder Tree section, the 4 rooms you found some discarded like twine and cord, in addition to like the barrel with the dried blood at the bottom. Clearly they were using this twine in that ritual of cordontree, which is what they stitch up the Zealot's mouths with, allowing them to communicate telepathically, as you learned when you first transcribed that. Within that, it also mentions that the thick twine is unraveled and submerged in liquefied xylium and the crushed shells of an emerald dragon egg. Now, debatably, which one of those is more rare? Probably the xylium in this world, but obviously both of them exceedingly rare substance to find. So kind of lending more credence to perhaps Darnum was out there trying to get more xylium in the mines, encountered perhaps a resistance force, took severe damage, had to retreat. Like that could explain, as you've kind of all posited before, why he was further and goes further into the mines, right? So it's clearly not just the Elder Tree that utilizes the xylium, as you learn reviewing this Bible of the bread battle, for lack of a better term.
And the bread battle's the one that does the stitching to the Zealots, or does it not say that?
It doesn't say that anywhere here. I think when we were first transcribing this, all of these rituals are accompanied with like incantations. An incantation that could not be performed by a zealot that has undergone the ritual of cordontree. So there must be somebody that can perform the verbal components of these rituals. Perhaps somebody that would reside in that room that you discovered that was a single occupant room with slightly better furniture in relation to what the threadbare
A priest or
bedrolls.
something.
Exactly. So you're beginning to put the pieces together of some type of hierarchy, whether or not it's the bread battle right at the top with all of his cultists beneath him, or if there's somebody in between. Because the bread battle doesn't have a head and needs one to speak as well, right?
Maybe somebody right at the top of the spiral staircase.
That's what I was just going to say.
Zelmo
We're
the
all
priest.
working for the same guy.
Yeah.
Were.
What do you mean we're?
Well, if you're right and he's dead.
I think you have pretty well full context for like this zealot of the Red Metal book now, and there's still, I mean, obviously still plenty of questions that are unanswered, but definitely you've gleaned a lot of information after this Elder Tree encounter for sure.
And date number 2, we may even get more.
We might, yeah. I mean, it depends on how available you are to him and what he's going to talk about.
Okay, you could just say it. It depends on how much she puts out.
I didn't say that. I would never
That's
say
basically
anything like
what
that.
you
I would just imply it.
You just were asking your wife to put out. So.
If it gets us the information, we got to do what we did.
It's all fiction.
So the day progresses. So Kylia, did you want to try to convince Opal to take a walk down to Henrik and tell him yay or nay for tonight?
Opal, will you walk with us to go say hi to Henrik and see what you think?
Okay, what do I have to do?
We don't know, just say hi to him and...
Oh, is it kind of like when we go to the bathroom? We can't go alone, so we, like, go together?
Yeah.
Okay. Girl things.
Yay!
Yeah.
So it is now the afternoon of May the 3rd, and as you approach this section of the Desolate Domain next to the docks, even from the other side of the wall, right, you do see Henrik there still at the gate. You see he's like opening it for a collection of Veritas. I mean, they're all considered Veritas warriors, but obviously they're not wielding weapons here. They're wielding like construction tools. And now the sounds of construction still ringing out throughout the day like they were previously when you were here yesterday. But even now, the glimpses through the gate here, you're catching again for the second time in the same number of days. Like the construction here being 2 days out of sending for these giants is looking nearly complete in there. Like everything you can see in there has either been bulldozed, like torn down, and new housings and lodgings. That's obviously very hastily built, and essentially everything just looks like it's trying to put a roof high enough to house a large creature underneath it. That's like the extent, right? And then maybe with some bedding underneath for some semblance of comfort, right? In addition to that, you're seeing like crates of like foodstuff supplies, like bags of flour and processed wheat to baked and be turned into bread, etc. Like a stockpile of supplies ahead of the arrival of these ravenous giant folk by Henrik's account.
What was the date you said they're arriving? You said in 2 days. That's Mela.
The reinforced wagons are to be sent to the South End station on the 5th and be basically handed off to Shemp Hampleton.
But you said it'd take a couple of weeks, right?
The Kylia herself had been pretty close to the mountains and was gone for like a week and a half, right? There and back. So you're not sure how far they have to go, but to the junction crossing where Opal melted the ogres was like a day there and a day back, essentially.
We don't talk about that.
So, we'll walk up to him. Hi, Henrik.
Well, you've just made a pretty poor day a whole lot better.
Oh, we're sorry to hear it's been a poor day.
Oh, well, he's got chewed out a little bit for coming back too late from our date, you know. There's a curfew for us, and I kind of lost track of time on my way home. Nothing you did, of course. Oh, hello, I'm Henrik. He holds a hand out to you, Opal.
Hey, I'm Opal.
This is one of our friends.
Kylia's friend, yeah.
Oh, you're the roommates, you one of the ones you work with? Odd jobs around the city?
Yeah, we do odd jobs around the city. How's the construction going?
It's looking like it's almost done in there.
Oh, really? We thought you don't need it for another 2 weeks, right?
Well, like I say, Envoy Kaido runs a tight ship.
Kaido? Like Ventus Kaido?
Ventus.
Vinceus, yes.
You think there's any chance that we could see the giants when they get
Oh,
brought back?
Whoa, ixnay on the giant, eh? You're not. No one's supposed to know that.
I mean, the ceilings are pretty freaking tall over here.
You're gonna get me in
Take a
trouble.
Genius.
Oh, we're sorry. But do you think there's any chance that we could see your visitors?
Yeah, I could probably work something out. You think we're gonna have a second date tonight?
Sure. Same time?
Great. Yeah. I mean, do you want to get lost in the maze?
Yeah, we could check out the maze. What time do you have to get back?
It's supposed to be back before midnight, so we'll have plenty of time.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
I mean, she can go to the maze. She won't get lost. We know the maze like the back of our hand.
Oh, cool. So you know all the hidden places to check out in there.
We know a few. Opal, you're much better at that than we are.
It's really not that interesting, to be honest.
Oh, he kind of looks like legitimately like, oh, that sucks.
Well, I mean, what are you looking for in these secret places?
No, Opal's
I know where the rabbits hide their treats and the squirrels tuck their acorns.
Opal's just really used to it. You'll think it's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Well, great.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just someone that's like lived here my whole life, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I understand. Well, I mean, Storm Cape is center renowned for, the tourism attractions that it offers.
Yeah.
So, Henrik, we'll see you here at 9 then.
Great. Just you, right? No offense or anything.
Whatever, if I had my pink hair, you'd be thinking otherwise. But...
Opal has other stuff she needs to do.
Oh, I apologize. I would be happy if you were able to join us.
No,
if not,
it's fine. It's fine. I can take a hint.
We'll see you later. And we'll pull Opal and walk away.
Yeah, have fun with those two.
he quizzical look as you kind of walk away, but then he's quickly back to his duty, opening the gate again for another entourage of Veritas warriors.
So, Opal, should we introduce him to Seishadal?
I don't know, he kind of seems like an idiot. I don't think he's gonna be, working you for information, so that's good. Do whatever you want. Do what feels right.
As always, you're so helpful.
Seishadal will know, right? She'll know.
She's leaving this up to us, what we want to do.
Then listen to your heart.
Well, it probably is best to let him know, sooner than later.
Yeah. Let's go with your gut.
Okay, we'll tell him tonight then.
What harm could it do?
Right, either he likes us for who we are or he doesn't.
Exactly. If you don't love me at my Seishadal, how are you gonna love me at my, crazy Seishadal?
And if he really upsets us, we can just feed him to the tree.
Exactly. I like where your head is at.
Oh, that's a joke.
I mean,
Mostly.
yeah, I knew it was a joke. Ha ha ha.
So jumping ahead a little bit in our day here to 9 p.m. and Kylia, as you agreed, you go out to meet Henrik for a second date, and it seems that he's clearly found the time to do a bit of clothes shopping. As you see him still kind of outside of the gate where he's usually posted, but he is clearly off duty already. He's not in his armor. He's dressed in what look like some maybe moderately priced clothing. Definitely nicer than what he was wearing yesterday. A pair of light brown slacks, snugly fit his rear end. He's got a long, kind of looser fitting, long sleeved shirt. It's got a deep V showing off his tuft of dark chest hair. And he does have what looks like a single flower in his hand. It's kind of almost this oversized flower. It's got 4 bright yellow petals and pink polka dots. And he kind of sees you approaching, and kind of as he waves and begins to move towards you, you kind of see another Veritas warrior still in his armor. Kind of gives Henrik a bit of a bump as he's walking by him, and you catch this warrior's words as he bumps into Henrik. Oh, learning all of the pretty flower picking spots in the city, eh, Slood? Better get used to hanging around here. And then he just kind of continues to separate, right? Continue walking in their respective directions. And Henrik doesn't respond at all, kind of like completely ignoring this other warrior. If it wasn't for like the very briefest flash of anger you see cross Henrik's face, you might think that he didn't even hear what this other warrior said. But he quickly like back into a smile as he reaches you, and he's kind of holding out this flower. This made me think of you, and he kind of hands it over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're sorry we didn't wear a dress this time. We really only had the one.
How are you dressed?
In her leather armor.
Okay.
It's just regular leather clothes, but all black.
Okay, and now you have visible weaponry?
Probably have a dagger strapped to my thigh. Would be the only thing visible.
He kind of like looks you up and down. He's like, "Don't be sorry at all. I think that's a great look for you."
Oh, thank you. That's a great look for you too.
Oh, well, thank you. Shall we? And he'll again like hold out his arm for you like he did last time.
And she will grab it.
So you begin your walk to the maze, and it's kind of another nice light spring, more evening here. And as you're walking, Henrik seems like a little quiet, especially compared to yesterday.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, just kind of a crummy day today, Kylia. You know. That's all. Sorry, I don't mean to put a damper on things.
It's okay. What did the other man mean by you getting used to being here?
Oh, yeah, Vix. You know, I'd step in front of an arrow for any one of my Veritas brothers or sisters, but I tell you, with that guy, I'd think twice about doing so. He's a real asshole. Pardon my language.
No, that's all right.
You know, I was this close from getting off of guard duty. I found out today that it was Vix that ratted me out for missing curfew last night. I really thought this was my chance that I'd move up through the ranks. You know, I was just about to get on the giant convoy detail, and one little misstep sets me back. God knows how long before I'll have a chance to rise up again.
We're sorry to hear that.
It's my own fault. I guess all I can do at this point is hunker down, do my job, and maybe hope Vix screws up somehow.
But always ensure that he screws up.
What do you mean?
Oh, just that there are things that could be done to cause him problems that could be beneficial to you.
Roll me a, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to persuade him? Are you trying to...
Not really persuade, just kind of putting it out there. Just a feeler.
Okay, why don't you then give me an insight check as Henrik kind of responds. He like takes a beat and he's clearly like thinking, like mulling something over. Go ahead and give me your insight.
22.
You catch like the briefest like little corner smirk of a smile as you kind of mention messing with this Vix guy, and he kind of like no like chuckles. I couldn't do that. It wouldn't be proper. Besides, like I say, it's probably just a matter of time before Vix does something stupid. Like I say, he's a bit of a jerk.
Well, just putting it out there. If you ever need some help with anything,
I appreciate that. And he kind of like holds his hand out to you to like hold hands.
and she'll take it.
I know I said it before, but I'm really glad that we met.
We are too.
I've been looking forward to this all day. So enough about Vix, enough about my crummy day. It's gotten a whole lot better already. Let's just get to this maze. You know, I really want to see what's at the center of it. I heard it's beautiful in there.
Oh, we're not really sure. We haven't made it that far ourselves yet. We've only really poked around the outside a little bit.
Oh, okay, well, great. Then we can map it out together.
Well, that'll be fun.
So at night, the tireless hedge maze is cast in kind of like that And you would be familiar with this type of lighting, like this, that soft bluish white light of the lunar lanterns that keeps the growth of the tireless glade in check, which has again been adopted for the maze that's ever shifting and changing very slowly, but over time will remap its own pathways to keep it continuously fresh for the onslaught of tourists. And like the maze, like we've said before, it's like a huge tourist attraction for the city. It can see upwards of like hundreds of tourists in any given day at high times of travel season. Especially, again, we're moving into the warmer months. This is like moving into peak tourism, like you would find anywhere, right? For this city, and it's 5 silver entry fee to get in, which Henrik will pay for the both of you. And as you kind of move through the beginning, like every entranceway, and you would have certainly know this, Kylia, that there's like areas of the maze kind of peppered throughout it, where you'd find, like, after navigating the turns and twists into kind of larger areas with like seating areas and topiary hedges carved into figures and animals that the landscapers here maintain, and other statues and figures on loan from the Virtuoso Museum, that kind of stuff, right? So like things to actually like see and sit down and take a breather, that kind of. So they're kind of peppered everywhere, and every entrance to one of these areas, as well as into the maze itself, is kind of this big like stone archway over it. So when you're coming up to them, like, it's very prominent that you are approaching an area like this, right? Really, the only thing once you're in the maze that breaks up the actual hedge of it, of the rows and the pathways through the maze. But at night, amidst that light, with the slowly changing and kind of moving and withdrawing vegetation, like, it gives the maze kind of this like ethereal feel to it as you begin to navigate it. So as you kind of step into, we're gonna, as you're we could be moving, you can be making small talk with Henrik. I'm gonna have you do make me a series of survival checks as you're navigating here, and that's just gonna basically determine how long you spend in this maze. Generally, if you know your way around, and this is something like Opal may have mentioned or chatted about, right, in relation to the maze itself, if you know your way through and are very familiar with its pathways, again, ever changing, but very slowly, it would only take you about 20 minutes or so to get to the center of the maze. So that's kind of going to be our starting point. So any fails or successes will keep you on track. Success will keep you on track. Failures will kind of add, but every time you fail, it adds 10 minutes to this kind of process. And obviously, Henrik having a curfew that may or may not be pertinent, but we will see. So go ahead and roll me the first survival check, please. I will say your DC is only 12.
20. I know the beginning of the maze.
Yeah, you found the entrance. Congratulations. I was going to say, so it's kind of you and Henrik combined. So let's just always assume that Henrik is helping you. He's giving you the help action as the two of you are trying to navigate in, because you know from the entrance, the center is south of the entrance, right? So that's the cardinal direction that you're always trying to get back to, whether you have to take a right and then then left to reorient you, that, etc., right? Okay, so great. You passed that one. Now, could you also roll me a D100, please?
30? 30 and a 0? So it's just 30?
Yeah, just 30. Okay. At this time of night, there's, like, obviously the maze is still open because you were able to pay for to navigate it. And it would be open until midnight. But obviously far fewer people here visiting the maze. You certainly do pass the odd person here as you're in here for the first 5 or so minutes, between 5 and 10 minutes, right, of your initial navigation here. Like I say, there's not much to see in the maze itself, right? It's just like the experience of just trying to find your way. Occasionally, maybe you'll hit a dead end and have to backtrack to the previous forking path that you find in the forking paths galore. This is my dream in here. It's just forking paths everywhere. And you very quickly come upon like the first of one of these little seating areas, and it's probably an area like maybe like 30 by 30 or so, opening in this maze. You see at least one couple is already kind of nestled with their arms around each other, sitting on one of these stone bench here amidst some of the statuary. And I assume just pressing forward. Do you want to stop and have a seat with Henrik as well?
If there's another couple there, we will press on.
Absolutely. Wow, this is pretty impressive. And you see Henrik kind of walks up to one of the walls, and he's like, I know, like I said, I'm not one for cheating, but I'm just curious. And he tries to put his hand like through and like walk through the bush, the walls of the maze. So he'll actually make an athletics check. He only got a 14, which is not enough to push your way through the walls of the maze, as they're as the vegetation moves and like twists and twines around itself. It's very thick, clearly, right? As he's like pushing branches, one little branch, a second branch, and then they just kind of like whip back as he can't force himself through. Wow, this is some growth you have in here. What is this stuff?
It's the tireless glade.
You know, I've heard stories about the forest itself, but obviously I've never experienced any type of any glade wood or growth there at all before. This is amazing.
We've never been into the forest ourselves. It's very dangerous.
I mean, that's what I hear. And again, he kind of like looks at your dress. I don't doubt that you'd be able to handle yourself in there, though.
Oh, maybe.
You know, I thought at first that you were very unassuming, but I mean, I think I may have, I don't know, I don't want to say underestimate, but I didn't really have any, preconceived notions about whether you were capable at a fight, that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't generally think about that when I meet new people, but I'd say maybe we could spar sometime.
That would be interesting.
And he just kind of like, he grabs a hold of your hand again, and we'll just start moving forward. He like takes the first left he comes across. Maybe you like correct him. Oh well, let's see. Let's give me another survival here. Let's give me your second survival.
With advantage or just by straight?
With advantage, yeah. Well, we'll consider Henrik helping you.
Oh, this one's only a 14.
Okay, that's fine. Your DC still is 12, so that is a pass. Give me another D100, please.
77.
You got above the magic number. So Henrik turns left, and you like kind of hold. It was like, wait, no, should we maybe take a right here, and then the next left. And as you kind of orient yourself in navigating, that second left kind of puts you back on that southward section of maze. At the very end of it, maybe like 60 feet ahead of you, you see just like a flash of a black robed figure taking a right. As you're coming around the corner, they're taking the corner further ahead of you.
We'll start for a second, but try and cover it up and be like, loose ground. We're okay. Let's keep going.
Oh, yeah. I mean, looks like the roots are pushing through in a few places there.
Yes, we should watch our feet.
And as per your survival, like to continue towards the center of the maze is that same right-hand turn that this figure ahead of you took. So you're currently on track to hit the center of the maze. You're doing pretty well with your checks here. So doesn't seem like Henrik is concerned about how long you've been in here, right? It's been like maybe 15 minutes or so. You do come upon another one of those kind of areas which you can see this one is deserted. There's a very a small little like fountain. It's more like a bird bath in this section, but again more like stone benches that you can have a seat at.
Would you like to sit down for a moment?
Yeah, sure. We can take a break.
There's something we feel we should tell you.
Well, what is it?
The reason we say we is because we are not alone. And Seychelles will lean in, put her hand on his face, and say, "We're always here, too, darling."
And he like starts, like he like almost jumps at hearing this disembodied voice. Wait, what? Who is that? And he's like looking around, like he kind of gets up and like looks at the entrance that you came in, right? Like looking down one pathway to the other entrance/exit, like looking down another pathway. Show yourself. Who's there?
Please sit and we'll explain.
I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on.
I am Seychelles. Kylia and I both share this body.
Oh. And can you give me another insight?
That's the end of dating for Kylia. 23.
There's a very clear, moment of realization that Henrik is going through right now. Oh, I misread things. I really misread things, didn't I?
No, you didn't. We, all of us, are very happy to be with you right now and to be with you. Yes, dear, come, sit. And she'll grab his hand and have him sit back down.
Yeah, he'll comply. I feel a little foolish, honestly. Wow, I knew you were exotic, but I had no idea to what extent.
It's really not that well. See, Seychelles, she teaches us things and helps us, and in return we allow her passage. Really, it's very simple.
What kind of things does she teach you?
A silent image of me will pop in next to him and wave. Things like that. There's just different abilities that we have now thanks to her.
Oh, wow. Magic. There's plenty of Veritas that could wield it. I never really had much of an aptitude for it myself, but that's very impressive.
And there's other things that we can do too.
Oh, he starts to blush a little bit. I don't know what to say. I am surprised. Not in a bad way. So the whole time that everything I've said to you, I've said to Seychelles as well.
Yeah, we didn't mean to deceive you. We just really like you, and we didn't want to scare you.
I like you too. I'm just glad you're not a Forsworn or something. This I can handle this.
We definitely aren't a Forsworn.
Wow. So Seychelles, did you grow up in Stormcape? I know. When did you meet Kylia? What?
No, dear, we definitely did not grow up here. We were trapped in this bottle, and she'll grab the one around her neck and hold it out for eons. Till Kylia found me and freed me.
So you don't have your own body then?
Not for a very long time, no.
He's still holding your hand and kind of gives you a light squeeze. Well, can you feel that?
I assure you, dearie, I can feel everything.
Again, he blushes. He's beat red at this point. Wow. I have so many questions. I don't even know where to begin. I'd like to continue getting to know both of you, I suppose.
We would like that.
Well, do you still want to see the center of the maze?
Yes, very much.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
And you can give me the last survival check here to see if you have made it in time. Obviously a little longer than the 20 minutes having this little interlude here, but...
That is a 3. I think we're completely lost now.
Oh, no. Okay. All right, then I'll take another D100, please.
Oh, wait, I didn't roll with advantage.
Oh, okay. Yep, please do.
7.
Oh, no. You're both a little smitten here, I think. It's tough to navigate the maze when all the blood is not in your head anymore. Give me that D100, please. So because you fail your survival check, the number you need to get hit or above for the D100 did not lower. That's what was happening as you were succeeding on your survival checks.
88.
Okay, still crushed that one. So you take a wrong turn, and again you hit like another instance of hitting a dead end. You have to backtrack a few right-hand turns, and as you're finding your way back onto the path, again you see not just a flash this time. You see clearly a zealot of the bread battle turning a corner in this maze on their way to what looks like the center of it.
We will quicken our pace a little bit to try and keep him in sight, but not say anything.
Okay, you want to make me like a performance check?
We think it's this way. Let's go. Hurry up. Performance is 16.
That's pretty good versus his insight. So, oh, sure, yeah, let's go, and he'll like match pace with you. Like, are you like wanting to almost jogging or like?
Well, how fast is the zealot going?
The zealot doesn't seem to be overly rushing. It also doesn't seem like they haven't noticed you and Henrik here. They do seem just to be fairly focused, and as you round that corner that they took, you see them again, right? Gaining a little bit on them. Do you also want to try to be stealthy as you're trying to follow?
We don't want the zealot to notice us, but we want to try and keep him in sight. So not running, but moving a little quicker.
Very clear in many areas of the maze that may be difficult. But you can go ahead and give me a stealth then at disadvantage. Henrik is unfortunately doing the opposite of helping you.
That's a 17.
That's still pretty good. Okay, far better than the cultist's passive perception. So you often are like losing sight of them, but again, because it's become very clear that they are headed towards the center of the maze. So unless they're about to do some deviation right before they hit it, you can pretty assuredly guess that is their destination. And again, they haven't seemed to notice you. Henrik has certainly noticed this figure ahead of you, and he kind of like, oh, it looks like someone else is about to hit the center too.
Yes. Yep.
So you successfully track this zealot to the center of the maze, and you come into the northernmost entrance of the center of the maze. The center itself is more like 60 to 70 by 70 square. In the center of it is an enormous fountain, taking up the majority of the middle of this open space. The entirety of its coverage isn't like part of the fountain. It's more like a ring, or like in the shape of like a donut. In the center is open, allowing a tree to grow and sprout up from the center of it. And basically at the four standard kind of cardinal north, south, east, west directions is like another bench, sits like 10 feet from the edge of this ringed fountain. In the center here as well, there are two other exits and entrances. One is, so you're looking south, right, as you've come in here. One off to your left, which would, you'd be now looking eastward, and then one in the bottom, like right corner from where you're standing, which would take you like westward. And at the fountain itself, you see a second of these zealots, and they have climbed into the fountain, crossed the little donut section of it, and are at the tree, and it seems like they're collecting something from this central tree. That's strange. What do you think they're doing? And like obviously Henrik is making he's not being stealthy at all, right? It was basically your own coverage and like leading him by the hand that was allowing you to remain as hidden as you were. So he's kind of just like keeps going. Have you stopped here at the entrance?
Yeah. I'll grab his hand. Wait.
What's the matter? What's going on?
Those people, they are not people we want to deal with. We don't. If we don't have to, we don't want to let them know we're here.
Okay, and then he will immediately retreat, like again, kind of retreating you back to the edge of the opening, right, to try to put both of you into some type of cover. What do you mean? Who are they?
We need to see what they're doing.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'll be as quiet as I can.
And she will kind of stealthily, like, motion for him to stay there. And she will stealthily try and get a little closer to them.
So between you and them at the fountain, there's really not much cover in here. The space itself is very well manicured. In kind of the maze is it's like dirt paths, right? But in the open areas, they're like fully like sod, like lawn grass, right? Rather than just like loose dirt. Or really, in most places, it's quite hard packed because of the amount of traffic this place sees. So between you and the fountain and these two zealots now is basically like a single bench.
And I don't have invisibility.
They do look very preoccupied. Clearly, even with Henrik, you having to like shush him at the outset, doesn't appear that they've noticed your presence. And obviously, the only two people in this center of the maze are the two zealots here. There are no other maze goers or maze runners, if you will, here. So you're kind of here in this isolated section of the maze currently with just these two zealots.
Okay, so out in the open, I'm gonna creep a little closer and just see if I can figure out what the heck they're doing.
All right, give me a stealth, please. And Henrik will hang back, but you see he's clearly like ready to take action if something happens. Like he's not being passive in any way. He's being like as prepared as he can in the moment.
Will a 27 do it?
A 27 will get you like right up to the bench, the closest bench, if you wanted to attempt to like crouch behind it and use it as basically the only piece of cover in here.
Yeah, we'll try that.
Yeah, you could definitely get there. It looks like the zealots. So this tree in the middle here, there's very little like vegetation. It's not like your typical like redwood you would see, right? It's more like, it seems like it's a collection of roots. It's kind of like a mangrove tree. The trunk is like almost like more like the root system's kind of coming to a central point. You can see there's like dozens of singular sections of tree that goes into the ground, but kind of hits this point with a small cluster of vegetation, which keeps the tree very short, right? It's not like the tree grows above the like 15 to 20 foot sections of the hedge maze itself. So the tree is kind of very, very stout, but they're rooting around in amidst this system, right? The root system. And they seem to be like collecting pieces of it. They're pulling what they almost look like pea pods, but they're clearly like some type of seed. And they have to, in sections, kind of slice open a section of the bark on specific parts of the roots and like dig out these kind of like pod things, and they seem to be collecting a number of them.
Is this something I've ever seen before?
Having not been to the center of this maze, obviously this specific tree you haven't seen before, but give me a history check about the maze itself.
8.
Okay. You don't have much knowledge about like the structure of the maze, and even really like the tireless glade wood itself, really. So this is unfamiliar to you, but again, you can fairly easily recognize, if you would pull something, some type of seedling from really any type of plant, they all share kind of certain characteristics, right? So it's clear that they're harvesting seeds from this tree structure.
They're making more deadhead trees.
Well, you definitely know from the Zealot of the Bread Metal book that part of the ritual is utilizing the seeds from tireless gladewood, yes.
Okay. We'll go back to Henrik.
What are they doing? Are these bad guys?
Let's get away first, and then we'll tell you everything that we can.
Okay. I mean, how dangerous are they? There's only 2 of them.
themselves, they can be somewhat dangerous depending on what weaponry they have. Maybe more than the two of us can take.
Okay. Well, let's get away from them then, I guess.
Unless you want to fight them. You don't have a weapon.
And you see he kind of like pulls up a sleeve and gives like a flick, and he's got this arm band that has an extendable blade that kind of pops up.
Oh!
While, off duty, it's kind of standard gear for a Veritas warrior to always be prepared.
And she'll examine it.
Sure, and he pops out a second one, so he has like two like blade bracers here that basically like the length, like a dagger essentially is what he's able to produce out of both of these.
She'll examine that and be like, oh, that's so neat. We got to get us one of these.
Well, I mean, do we need to stop them? What is it they're doing?
Collecting seeds in order to make a tree that will grow heads. But the bread battle is dead as far as we're aware, so may not be an issue at all, really.
I thought meeting Seishidal was going to be the weirdest thing that I experienced tonight, but that whole entire sentence, I could not follow whatsoever.
It's a lot. We're sorry. We don't think we need to worry about them, really.
Well, I mean, are they a threat to the city?
Generally, yes.
Well, I mean, I don't have strict orders, barring me from interfering with stepping on the city guard's jurisdiction. But, I mean, I'm not one to kind of stand by and let, a looming threat run rampant.
But also you have a curfew. We don't want you getting in trouble again.
Well, I mean, that's true, but, like, they don't demote me much further than gate duty.
Well, could they send you home?
I guess that is a possibility if I really screw up.
Well, we'd like to avoid that.
Well, me too. Okay, well, if you don't think it's pressing, maybe we can give this intel to the closest guard tower.
Oh, the guards aren't always super trustworthy to not be in the pocket of other bad people.
People that work with these guys.
Potentially.
Well, I mean, I can report this to my superior. I mean, I can maybe even to Vences Kaido himself. He might be interested in it.
When you tell him that they're taking seeds to grow a tree that will produce heads, you're almost definitely going to get sent home.
Well, maybe I can leave out a few of those key details. I will just report witnessing a potential threat to the city and its people. I mean, like I say, the Veritas is here to help Stormcape. Surely they'll do something about it. Whether or not that's sending out some of more Veritas to scour the maze to see if they're still here. I don't know, but I can report this to somebody.
Seishidal put a hand on his face. Oh, to be so young and naive again.
I don't understand. I've been told we're here to do a specific job, and I'm just trying to do that to the best of my ability.
Yes, you are doing wonderfully. And you are acting on what you were told. We don't believe you know the whole truth.
I feel like I've spent most of this day being confused.
We're sorry. We know it's a lot. There are things going on in the city, and we're definitely walking away from the cultists as we're having this conversation. Okay. We're not standing right outside the archway.
Wow, another journey through the mystical city of Stormcape has come to an end. But before we bid adieu, let's extend our heartfelt thanks to our musical enchanters, Tabletop Audio and Terrestrial Music, for painting our adventures with melodies as luminous as a freshly distilled flask of starlight. And to all you splendid patrons who keep our cauldron bubbling with support over at Patreon, you're the real magic makers behind the scenes. Oh, and speaking of magic making, don't be a stranger in our Discord realm. Join us, mingle, and maybe even concoct a bit of mischief along the way. Last, but certainly not least, dear listeners, don't take that invisibility potion. Spread the word, rate us, review us, and let your friends know where to find the best tales this side of the material plane. May your gears turn smoothly and your inventions never rust. Happy adventuring!
This has been a Sounds of Steel production.